Hey, my name is Keith. I have been teaching psychology and AP psychology since 2005. I have a master's degree in education leadership, a PhD in applied psychology, and right now I'm working with a lot of AP psychology students. It is March 24th right now, and in my one-to-one tutoring business that I have on the side, a lot of my students are starting to worry about and starting to review the free response questions and working with them on these free response questions using the stuff, the information that we have from College Board. I have realized something about the EBQ, the evidence-based questioning. I've realized that it's basically asking you to write a research paper. So in professional research, we use what's called APA formatting. You've probably heard of it before. Even if you haven't, the EBQ is holding your hand while you start a step-by-step process towards writing a professional research paper in psychology. But it breaks it down into three questions really, for a total of 7 points. The first question is, after you read 3 research articles, all on a similar topic, it's going to ask you to generate your own argument on the topic that these 3 articles share. That's point number 1. Number 2, it's going to say support and appropriately cite your argument using one of or a piece of one of these sources. And then you have to use the in-text citations, that's 2 and 3. Also support your argument using something that you've learned from AP Psychology so far. And that's point number 4. And then you repeat those 3 steps. And those are your 7 points. So when you are writing this FRQ, it's just breaking down how you would normally write a research paper. You do your research, you read a bunch of sources, and then you create your own argument, your own opinion sometimes. You back up your opinion with citing some of the sources that you read or are using, and then you also insert some of the information that you already are learning in class, or, in my case, from professional years of working in psychology and research. So when you start to look at it as it's just holding your hand through writing pieces of a research paper, it takes a lot of the hot air out of the EBQ, because the EBQ is going to take you a long time to complete. But if you look at it as I'm just doing the steps of a research paper, it starts to relieve some of the stress out of the approaching that section of the exam. More than likely, it's going to be your last piece of the exam. You will have been sitting already for over 2 hours. You're going to be tired. So when you break it down like that, it doesn't seem so hard anymore, does it? I love breaking this stuff down into simpler and simpler methods for my students. This is what I feel I am great at as a certified AP teacher. If you want to work with me a little bit more closely, there's tons of ways that you can do that. I have a Udemy course right now that is garnering a lot of students that are breaking down professional research. If you are struggling understanding how to break down research, you need to get used to looking at peer-reviewed articles in psychology. I have resources. I've created a free document for you for that as well. Reach out to me. Please tell me in the comments some question that you have or fear that you have about the AP Psych exam, or about writing the FRQs, or just about writing APA formatted research in general. I would love to continue assisting. Not only am I working with AP students, but I work with psychology students from high school all the way through their PhD level, working with them on the statistics and the formal writing sections of their work. I hope you find this useful, and if you have any questions for me, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask.